Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the adapter plate that finally came in. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the adapter plate that finally showed up. So this is the adapter plate from GeForce, crossmembers.com. It was $6.25 I believe with shipping. And let's see how it looks. Try this thing open. Now we just gotta open it.
Like a kid opening up a present.
Pretty much.
So what do we have here?
Instructions.
Cool.
Even though we probably won't even look at them. We won't even read them.
The hardware.
Yeah, the hardware. That's the
pilot bushing?
The pilot bushing that goes into the...
I'm gonna show it.
The pilot, yeah, this is the one that goes into the flywheel.
Yeah.
All the hardware.
Hardware stuff.
Pretty sure we're gonna end up needing other stuff too.
Yeah. So there it is.
The almighty.
The almighty adapter.
It's crazy that this stupid little thing is the only thing that's been holding us up.
Yeah.
Well, this and this guy.
This is the flywheel.
Yeah, this is the flywheel. Man, this thing's heavy.
Heavy. Turn around. Let me look at the back side. Cool.
Made in the US of A. Not in Mexico or Taiwan. That's pretty cool.
As long as it works, right?
I don't care. But there's some
We
people
have that, the flywheel,
there's some
the adapter, hardware. That's it. All you need now is the C32 clutch and some magic.
And some magic. Alright guys, now that we got this unboxed, we know what we got to do. Slap this adapter plate flywheel on the engine and put the transmission on the engine. But before we do that, we're going to need to prep the transmission, clean it up, make it look nice, at least so that we're not getting grease all over ourselves when we're trying to put the transmission on. So we're going to take that to the car wash, but besides that, Tony's going to take his transmission too. Pretty sure he broke something in the transmission when he was out trying to tune for more boost. So once we clean him up, he's going to tear his down and see what happened. So let's get to the car wash. Let's go. And here he is
struggling
to disassemble the transmission. We're gonna see what happened. It was second gear.
Yeah.
Alright, second gear is the one that makes noise, but it also makes noise when it's
at idle. It'll have a rattling noise, and as soon as you step on the clutch, it'll go away. I was hoping it was the clutch,
but
the clutch kit was good, so I'm assuming the problem's in here. So we're gonna take it apart, and hopefully it's not something too expensive to fix.
Yeah.
But it has to be done.
It has to be done. Yep. So now, a trabajar.
Yep.
Does it have a seal or just silicone? What is that? Oh!
So we got some carnage right here. Well, at least some of it. Yeah. Something broke.
Yeah, something
went kaboom.
Something went kaboom.
So we have to tear more apart.
Damn. Well, for sure there's something chewed up inside.
Hoping it's just a bearing. But those bearings don't look that bad. We'll see.
No, but you can hear the noise when you turn it.
Sounds like I think it's gonna be a gear.
Yeah, you can hear that.
Broken gear.
Yeah. Well, let's continue.
So, look here. You got a right between. It's probably a piece off of that.
Oh, yeah, right.
So hopefully I could take it out.
Let's see.
Also the issue I might have is trying to take that crap off. I don't know if it's already embedded in there.
Oh yeah, right there. Look, it's between the like the synchros.
Where?
Oh, this piece of the gear here.
Right here. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot having to get cleaned up. I know they sell billet forks.
I'm
probably gonna do first and second and third and fourth, and then I'm gonna leave the fifth and reverse stock.
So I guess we didn't even explain what transmission this was. This is R154.
Correct.
Out of like the early
MK3
Supras, yeah, the Turbo Super. This is the one out of Tony Z.
Yeah, I was having too much fun, and
yeah.
I was in the process of tuning it on 25. I went to 22, did a second gear pull. The road wasn't even. I feel like I lost traction, and then once I gained traction, I heard a snap, and it just started rattling after that. So I mean, I thought I was the gear.
Oh, like this.
But I mean, there's just a bunch of chunks everywhere from probably this, or I mean, yeah, it has to be that, or I mean,
none of the
gears.
It
might be another. I don't think none of the gears are messed up.
Yeah,
they look pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, me beating the crap out of it, and I ain't easy on my cars.
Not at all. You got to pick up that speed to get some airflow in your car when it's 110 and you have no AC.
You gotta get home quickly.
Yeah, or get home quickly, get some airflow. So now Tony got the rest of the other half of the transmission taken apart, and everything looks good. It looks like there's just a lot of metal shavings from this broken fork right here. But this bearing right here, it gets like stuck when. See if I can get it to do it again. It has some play, makes a little bit of noise, but it was getting jammed up, and I'm pretty sure the crap from the broken fork. Oh, there it is. The crap from the broken fork got stuck in the bearing, and he's gonna have to replace the bearing too. So bearing, he's probably gonna do all the forks and then reseal it and go for 25 psi. Alright guys, now that we have this transmission disassembled, we know what we need for this one. Now we can move on to putting the adapter plate and transmission on my Z. Even though I don't have a clutch for it yet, I want to put the adapter plate on with the transmission so that I could get measurements for the drive shaft, so I can get that made, and then as we go I'll end up ordering a clutch. But walk over here between all the mess of things that we have right now. Here's my transmission, all cleaned up. Looks pretty good. Just gotta slap that on now.
One eternity later.
Okay guys, so it's been like a week since we got to do anything to our cars. Well, Tony's been tearing his car back apart to a shell. He's doing an S14 subframe swap. And we've had a bunch of motors to do, and well, we had 2 motors to do. We still have 1 more transmission to do. We finally cleaned up in here. We have some room to work. And now we're gonna be able to pull this engine out and toss my well, maybe not put the transmission on, but at least put the adapter plate on the engine and the flywheel and the what is it, the pilot bushing, and hopefully I can get a clutch before we.
If anything, we could put it on and for mock-up and see what it's gonna look like.
So we can get a measurement for the drive shaft.
That too.
But it would be better to just get a clutch.
Yeah.
So we don't have to take it apart again.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That'll be our next step. Now that we got the motor out, guys, we can just start taking everything apart so we can get the adapter plate on. Now we're going to put the adapter plate on the engine. It says to put it on the engine side first. And see these holes right here are for the dowel pins that go on the engine, and then it has its own for the transmission side. Really straightforward. I don't think you can mess this up. You just tap them in. That easy. Next is pilot bushing. Yeah, there it is. Install pilot bushing adapter bearing into back of crankshaft bore until flush with outer edge. That looks flush, huh?
Yeah.
So next, the flywheel. Torque specs de la ish. Alright, so now we got everything put together. We got the adapter plate, the flywheel, the clutch on there now. The clutch is a South Bend clutch that you can get from Concept Z. It's a used clutch, but I mean, for what we're gonna be using it for at first, I'm sure it's gonna work. And later on down the road, I can get a better clutch, something that's gonna hold a lot more power. Next, we're gonna see if these bolts right here for the engine to the adapter plate are where they're supposed to be. We're gonna put the transmission up and make sure everything fits. If not, we're gonna have to move some bolts around. So that's next. Okay, racing.
What push the transmission in?
Entró, ¿no? They hit.
What we could do is grind the transmission down just a tiny bit.
So I wonder if those.
The Allen.
Yeah. Alright, so now we came up on our first issue. The transmission, the bell housing hits up against these Allen bolts. We just need to figure out what we're going to do. It hits on both sides. We're either going to shave down the transmission, the bell housing, or see if maybe some different bolts fit in there. Now we got the transmission bolted up to the engine and the adapter plate. It was a little bit of a pain. These guys right here in the corner that we thought that they were getting in the way, they don't get in the way. Those Allens are there for that reason, so that it doesn't hit the bell housing. But the pins, the guide pins that go for the adapter plate, those were holding it up. They didn't want to let the transmission go on. But it's all on there. We used the stock bell housing bolts. This one right here just needed 2 extra washers because it was just a little bit too long. And that's it. It's on. We're gonna have to take this back off though, because we forgot the throw-out bearing at Tony's house. So tomorrow we're gonna, well, probably the next time you guys see a video, we're gonna have everything put back together and we're gonna drop it into the car.
We should get the bracket.
Yeah,
And
and
the transmission.
this bracket that's for the shifter, we're probably gonna have to order that too before we throw the engine back in the car, the engine and trans back in the car. So there it is. At least now it's all together. It looks like it's coming together now.
You could buy the cheapest one is the Megan Racing short shifter, and it'll be a short shifter for the S13s. Whenever people use the C32 trans on the S13, that's the kit you're gonna be using.
Yeah, I think that's the one that you had got originally, huh?
I think you have to take this off, I believe, too.
Yeah, I think you take off this pin,
Yeah.
and then it just runs off of this guy right here. So when you put the shifter in, the shifter goes onto this piece. But we'll find all that out once we order some more parts. So that's going to be it for this one. The next time you guys see it, it's probably going to be going back in the car. And maybe a little more on Tony's Z, doing the rear S14 subframe swap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And until the next one, peace.